Next, moving on to the physical factors of retention which are going to affect the retention, that is, you have your adhesion, you have cohesion, you have interfacial surface tension, you have atmospheric pressure, capillarity and gravity, right? Which are all the 6? Adhesion, cohesion, interfacial surface tension, atmospheric pressure, capillarity and gravity. These are your physical factors. So starting with your adhesion as well as cohesion. So what do you mean by the word adhesion? Adhesion is something like attraction between unlike molecules. So any unlike molecules which are going to experience attraction, which we are going to term them as, that phenomena is termed as adhesion, whereas attraction, it's going to be opposite but obvious, attraction between like molecules is known as cohesion, right? So it is clear what is adhesion and what is cohesion. Adhesion can be defined as physical attraction of unlike molecules, and cohesion can be defined as physical attraction of like molecules. Now, where does this unlike molecules as well as like molecules come in the mechanism of complete denture retention? That is the question. So starting with your adhesion, over here we have one side mucosa and on the other side you have denture base. You can relate it with this image. This is your denture base, this is your mucosa, right? So in between your denture base and mucosa you have a thin layer of saliva present. Now this saliva is going to attach or attract with denture base also and also with mucosa, right? So this is known as attraction between unlike molecules, which is going to play its role in retention of the prosthesis. Now moving on to cohesion, where does this like molecule come? I hope you guys have understood it. Now this thin layer of saliva which is present between the denture base as well as the mucosa, right? Now the attraction between the molecules of saliva is known as cohesion. So this is attraction between like molecules, right? So the attraction between of saliva with denture base as well as mucosa, that is unlike molecules, is known as adhesion, and the interaction or the attraction between the molecules of saliva with each other is termed as cohesion. Now how is this going to affect the retention of the prosthesis? So now it is dependent upon the close adaptation of the denture. This adhesion is also dependent upon the close adaptation of the denture, right? More closer your denture is adapted to the tissues, more will be adhesion between the unlike molecules. Then second is your anatomical factor, which we discussed earlier, that is size of the denture bearing area, and then you have physiological factor, that is consistency of the saliva or type of saliva present between the denture base and the mucosa. So in total, adhesion is physical attraction between unlike molecules, that is attraction between the molecules of saliva as well as denture base, that is glycoproteins present in the saliva as well as the denture base, and saliva and the mucosa. Along with that, it is dependent upon the close adaptation of the denture. Along with second is your size of the denture bearing area, and third is your consistency of the saliva, right? Now second is your cohesion. As I said, it is more physical attraction between your like molecules. So in this, the salivary molecules are going to attract to one another. So as we discussed earlier, that thin consistency of saliva is more favorable for retention of the complete denture, whereas when you overcome or when you experience a patient with thick ropey saliva, you will see that the retention of the denture is going to get compromised, right? So this is your adhesion as well as cohesion. Along with that, one point is that as the viscosity of saliva increases, greater is the cohesion, but as the viscosity decreases, the cohesion is going to decrease. Now what does this viscosity mean? Viscosity is the property to flow, right? So now this saliva, if it is thin, it is going to easily flow when the forces are going to act, but when the saliva is thick, it is not going to easily flow, which is again going to affect the retention of your processes. So this is about adhesion as well as cohesion. Now third is your interfacial surface tension. Now how do you define interfacial surface tension? Interfacial surface tension is defined as the tension or resistance to separation possessed by a film of liquid. What is that liquid? Your liquid is over here is saliva between two well adapted parallel surfaces. So suppose you are taking an impression, so all the surfaces of the denture base are going to be parallel to the mucosa, right? So in between there is a thin film of saliva. I have already told you quite of times. So this thin film of saliva is going to resist the separation, which now this separation is caused by various forces acting on the denture, right? So whenever these forces are going to act on the denture, this thin film of saliva is going to resist that forces and provide retention to your processes. Understood? So this is known as interfacial surface tension. Now it is dependent on the ability of the liquid to wet the surfaces. The wettability of the fluid is inversely proportional to the surface tension of the surfaces. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Wettability is inversely proportional to surface tension, right? Now what is this wettability? Wettability is the property or the ability of the any liquid to coat that surface when it comes in contact with that surface, right? So whenever the saliva is going to come in contact with the denture base as well as the mucosa, it is going to form a layer, so that is known as wettability. Now this layer is going to help in creating the interfacial surface tension, which is indirectly going to help in retention of your complete denture. So more will be the wettability, less will be the surface tension, so more will be the retention. Understood? जितनी वेटेबिलिटी ज़्यादा रहेगी टिश्यूज़ की और डेंचर बेस की, उतना सरफेस टेंशन कम होगा. जितना सरफेस टेंशन कम होगा उतना रिटेंशन बढ़ेगा. आई होप सो दिस इज क्लियर, राइट? नाउ दिस फोर्सेस आर फाउंड विद इन द थिन फिल्म ऑफ सलाइवा दैट इज प्रेजेंट बिटवीन द डेंचर बेस एंड द टिश्यूज. जो भी मैंने आपको बताया कि डिसलॉजिंग फोर्सेस है, दिस आर गोइंग टू बी फॉर्म्ड और फाउंड इन द थिन फिल्म ऑफ सलाइवा. अब ये जो वेटेबिलिटी है सलाइवा की म्यूकोजा के साथ, सो एंड द डेंचर बेस के साथ, द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द सलाइवा टू वेट द म्यूकोजा एज वेल एज द डेंचर बेस इज डिफरेंट. म्यूकोजा इज more easily coated, or it is more easy, it's more wettable. The wettability of oral mucosa is more compared to denture bearing surface, and in denture bearing surface also you have heat cure as well as cold cure, or you can say autopolymerizing or heat polymerizing, right? So heat cure as well as cold cure, the wettability of heat cure with saliva is more compared to cold cure. That's why we use heat cure. Along with that, there are also various other reasons why we use heat cure. We are not going to go detail into that. So just to make you understand, wettability, the property of the saliva to coat that surface when it comes into contact. तो कौन से दो surface हो गए? One is your denture base and second is your mucosa. With mucosa the wettability is more, so the retention is going to also be more from that area because the interfacial surface tension is less. Whereas with the denture base the wettability is going to be less initially, but when the salivary pellicle is formed, a thin layer of saliva is formed between the mucosa or on the denture base, then again the interfacial surface tension is going to decrease and it will help in retention of a complete denture. So in a nutshell, you can just say that interfacial surface tension is resistance to the forces which are going to act on the denture with the help of a thin film of saliva between the denture base and the mucosa. Now this interfacial surface tension is dependent upon what? Wettability of saliva that how much it is going to wet the denture base and the mucosa. So saliva is going to wet more mucosa because it is more easy, whereas denture base initially it will take some time, but when the salivary pellicle is formed, it is also going to wet properly and aid in retention of the prosthesis. Now to make you understand this phenomena, you might have known this example that if you take two glass slabs and just put a drop or 2-3 drops of liquid on the surface and place the second glass slab on this and try to make those glass slab apart, then it is very difficult because there is interfacial surface tension acting over there, right? Now this interfacial surface tension is also dependent upon the existence of liquid or air at the boundary. So whenever this area, now suppose that this two glass slabs are in total contact with each other, right, and there is a thin film of liquid present which is creating a interfacial surface tension and not letting your glass slabs to separate. But when this boundary or this margin is going to come in contact with any liquid or air, right, so the boundary or this margin is going to come in contact with liquid or air, then this interfacial surface tension is going to break and you lose the retention. So the same phenomena is going to act in dentures also. So now when you will try to place this glass slab in a bucket of water, then water is going to enter from both the sides of this glass slab and it is going to break this interfacial surface tension. So these are going to get again apart. Understood? So interfacial surface tension, how we see in complete denture is mainly you will see in mandibular dentures. For example, this is your mandibular denture, right? This is your mucosa. Now over here somewhere you have a thin film of saliva between the denture base and the mucosa, right? Now this thin film of saliva right now is acting as interfacial surface tension, right? But as you know, the mandibular area or the mandible is going to be pooled with saliva most of the time because you have most of the salivary glands in that region. So what will happen? Again, this saliva is going to enter into the boundary of your interfacial surface tension. So most of the time you will see that the retention of the mandibular denture is compromised, but whereas this is not seen in maxillary denture because the seal is maintained intact in that area.